Good morning. This is Judge Elisa Bettis presiding over the 210 District Court criminal docket for May 4th, 2023. All matters being heard today are being heard in accordance with all emergency orders and directives regarding COVID-19. In addition to that, we are streaming all matters live via YouTube for public viewing. Mr. Marufo, would you call our first case? And Ms. Myrna, if you would, please, would you bring me the plea paperwork for at least Mr. Ortiz's client?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, go ahead.
In cause number 2016-0D03870, State of Texas versus Adrian Munoz. Announcement of counsel, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state. State is
Mario
recorded.
Gonzalez. Mario Gonzalez for the defense. Defense is ready.
And Mr. Gonzalez, is that your client, Mr. Munoz? Appearing remotely?
Hold on, Judge. He looks very small. Oh yeah, there he is.
Okay, great. Alrighty, and so Mr. Munoz is also appearing remotely. We are scheduled for an admonishment hearing today. Ms. Reza, you want to go ahead and tell me why we're here?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Munoz was rearrested April 12 for DWI, and he was also past his curfew.
Okay, did we get a bench warrant?
No, Your Honor. I sent an email to the court to ask if the court wanted an admonishment hearing or a bench warrant. I did submit a violation notice.
Carla, can you remind me? I do remember Mr. Munoz or individual that picked up that DWI. Let me see if I can bring up the email chain.
There was an email submitted, Judge.
Okay. Yeah, I think I was leaning towards a bench warrant, but at the very least, I think when I reconsidered it, I considered the admonishment hearing. Does he have a monitor, Mr. Gonzalez?
No, he does not have a monitor. That wasn't a term and condition of his probation at the time, Judge. So I don't think that that was ever a part of it. He has been quite successful during his time of probation. And then there's something else, Judge. I don't know that this case will actually materialize into a DWI. When the blood work results come back in, I think it may be for naught that he was arrested. But I mean, that's still for us to see what's going on in the future. But I think, Your Honor, an admonishment hearing to get his attention, I think is appropriate.
Ms. Elizalde, well, first of all, let me be clear. Picking up a DWI while you're on probation is not successful probation. So,
right.
But let me see, Ms. Elizalde, do we know anything about this DWI?
My understanding is that it was already charged. I'm gonna go into it to see if we have the labs. Just a moment, Your Honor. Also, Judge, I think I sent a motion, but I don't know that it was signed.
I'm seeing it right here. Just when I did a search on the emails, I'm still showing that I haven't opened that email. So it was sent on Wednesday afternoon.
Okay, so the DWI has been charged. And let's see with the labs. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is. 2023 0C02623. Was there an accident?
Okay.
There was not.
No. Two, 623.
We already have results back, and it's a breathalyzer 0.105 and 0.106.
And it's his first, right? When you look at his prior history, aside from our case, does he have any other alcohol related issues?
Okay, I do not. A lot of traffic stuff, but nothing DWI related or alcohol related, Your Honor. It is just first.
Well, in terms of our hearing today, Mr. Munoz, you know, obviously it does not bode well with the court that you're picking up DWIs Although I know, those are yet to be litigated by your attorney and you while you're on probation and you're out after curfew. I mean, honestly, if I'm relying on Ms. Riasa to tell me if that's the only issues. If I'm not mistaken, they were asking on your behalf to end your to terminate your probation early. And that's definitely not happening. Mr. Gonzalez, what I would like to do is find out a little more information. I am going to sign off on the motion. I'll tell you this. Let's see what you all are you representing him on the DWI?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Okay. Let me see what happens. I want to wait a little bit. I may do, when is the DWI set next?
Let me see if I,
May 10, Your Honor.
Okay, let's come, is it just for an arraignment at that point, or are they already?
It says pre-trial hearing.
right. It's just,
Mr.
it's,
Gonzalez, what I really
Yes,
kind of want to do is find out if there's an offer, if you all are thinking you're going to go to trial or do something else with that. I can tell you this, I am looking at a sanction because I really was at a bench warrant, and it was only the fact that Ms. Reasa it was almost like pretty close in time. She had been asking the court to consider an early discharge. So what that tells me, Mr. Munoz, your probation officer thought you were doing great, and then you went and picked up a DWI after curfew. So there's a disconnect there, right? There's a disconnect. And I don't mean that Ms. Reasa is not doing her job. What she's seeing is one thing, and maybe what you're doing is another, and I'm not really sure. I do intend for there to be a sanction, Mr. Gonzalez, is what I'm saying. And,
yeah, Judge, I will say this, Judge. I think picking up this charge is an aberration in Mr. Leon's character and behavior. Having said all of that, I don't have the 3914 material yet, and that's the only reason I couldn't speak to it yet. I'm hopeful that by the time we have our May 10th appearance, I will have access to all of that, and then I think things will move swiftly after that.
Yeah, I think you're right, which is why I was thinking maybe I would set it in June, but I also don't want to, be too ambitious. So maybe we set this down for another probation status hearing in 60 days. So I'm thinking in latter July, and then we'll see where your DWI is. If he shows, for example, if it's something where you're looking at a plea and he shows some effort on his part to show that he's either addressing a drinking issue or anything like that, I will certainly weigh that against some sanction. But my thought was to give him a jail commitment, nothing crazy,
Yes.
but give him a jail commitment because he violated his probation. So
No,
I'm not gonna sign the motion because then he's gonna get stuff. So
Thank
I'm gonna hold off on that motion. Ms. Elizalde and Ms. Reasa, Ms. Carla, please remind me when we come back on the July hearing that motion is out there, and we'll see where we are, okay? Usually, Mr. Gonzalez, so your client knows, I put them on, I'll modify their probation as well to put them on a monitor, even if it is his first, right? Because who knows, sometimes people have issues, they start drinking, and it is just one way to assure this court that we're not going to have this happen again. So that might also be in the mix down the road, but let's see what happens first, okay?
Yes,
Mr. Munoz, I expect this interim, understand, the state has filed with me based on this DWI, a motion to revoke your probation, which will trigger a rearrest, and then your attorney having to come over here and ask me to give you a bond and all kinds of things. I'm not going there yet because, again, the initial report I had on you from probation was that you were someone they believed was eligible to terminate early. And then we have this. So I'm holding off on that, but it is in the queue. What I mean by that, it's sitting there. And if we have any more issues, I am not gonna, God forbid, Mr. Gonzalez, we have something come up. If something comes up, I'm just signing the motion. So
Yes, Your Honor. I'm certain it won't, and I appreciate the
I think,
admonishment.
I think you're right. And we'll come back in July and let's see where the DWI is at that time. Okay,
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
thank you, Ms. Riasa. Thank you,
Thank-
Mr.
thank
Gonzalez.
you, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Munoz, y'all are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Take care. Who's next?
Bottom of page 4, Judge.
Oh, excuse me. All right, go ahead.
In cause number 2019-0D01765, State of Texas versus Jeronimo Robert Moreno. Announcement of council, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state. State is ready.
Mr. Moreno, is that you with the earphones? If it is, unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Mr. Moreno, let me ask you, is that how you would show up to court in a tank top?
I was at the gym, ma'am. I didn't know there was a certain dress code for this.
You're in court. When we're on Zoom, you're in court and you're dressed inappropriately. The next time I see you, you are not, it will be a non-appearance and I'll issue a warrant just for you to get the message that that's not how you present yourself in front of a court of law. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We're here on a, to check on restitution. Ms. Carla? Do we know about restitution?
Yes, Your Honor. When Mr. Moreno was placed on probation back on early November 3rd, 2022, the court did ask for a 6-month review hearing to see the status of his restitution. As per his probation officer, there were modifications that were submitted to the court, Your Honor, back in March of this year. The initial amount ordered at the time of the plea was $2,500. However, it was confirmed that Mr. Moreno had paid $500 at the time of the plea. Therefore, that's where the modifications came in, leaving the balance to $2,000. He has given payments towards restitution, $325 total, leaving the current balance at $1,675.
Okay. Is probation requesting any follow-ups in terms of hearings to check on restitution? I think we just did this initially to do a first check, but is this something that probation wants to do on an ongoing basis?
Your Honor, it doesn't specify as per the probation officer's review, but if I may, maybe request something, since it is only a 2-year probation. I'm not sure we can come back in another 6 months just to.
Right, we'll do 6 months. Mr. Moreno, I know financially things are always, difficult. So, but you have been paying some and they cleared up what you had initially given to your attorney. So that was put against the balance that you owe, and just continue to make payments. We're going to come back. It is because it's a shorter amount of probation that we want to make sure that the payments continue. And if there are any issues, please communicate those to your probation officer. I am not insensitive to financial tough times, right? So if something comes up and you're struggling, communicate that, because if you don't say anything, the only thing I'm going to assume is that you're blowing it off. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Then we'll have another probation status in 6 months. Was there something else, Carla?
Your Honor, I just wanted to ask if the court would remind Mr. Moreno to just try to start on his community service hours. To date, he hasn't worked any hours. I understand as per his probation officer's report, he was trying to do something with the COVID shot to get some kind of credit, but just as a reminder, because
Mr. Moreno, if you can go to the gym, you can do community service. Figure it out and have some community service done before we come back in 6 months.
Okay.
All righty. Okay, we'll get that reset. Thank you very much. You're excused, Mr. Moreno.
Thank you, ma'am.
Who's next?
Middle of page 5, Judge. In cause number 2020-0D06122, State of Texas versus Dylan Andrew Rivera. Announcement of council, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state. State is ready.
Omar Carmona on behalf of Dylan Rivera. Ready, Your Honor?
And Mr. Rivera is appearing remotely as well. We're set for a modification on the probation terms. I have an indication here he wants to remove the alcohol monitor, Mr. Carmona.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you want to tell me about that, please?
I believe he has reached half his time on probation, Judge. I don't, to my knowledge, I don't know what the probation officer has in their file, but he has been compliant, Your Honor. And so we're just requesting the court consider, at the court's discretion, of course, the removal of the monitor.
We have the monitor on there. Why? I'm seeing 6122 being an ag assault and a criminal mischief.
It was Judge Alex Gonzalez put him on the monitor as well, Judge, and I think it was also part of a condition of your order as well, because it was running concurrent with the misdemeanor.
And that misdemeanor, let me see. Yeah, CC4, it says dispose. Is he on probation still? It was a DWI second. Is he on probation still in that case?
That's a great question. I have to verify that, Your Honor. Dylan, are you still on probation for the misdemeanor?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
I believe that's until August.
Yes, and so we filed a similar motion, Judge, in CC4 as well.
Yeah. Let me see.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes, ma'am.
I checked before just to make sure that on our felony cases, I didn't see any reflection of him being ordered on the conditions of probation to have a monitor. It was to run concurrent with the DWI, but we didn't specify or ordered it on our felony cases. It's just ordered out of the DWI out of CC4.
Mr. Carmona.
So if I understand it correctly, that means that it would not be a violation of the 210th probation if he is not on the monitor.
Right, but now I'm looking at his misdemeanor case and I'm thinking he should have a monitor. I could ask, he doesn't have a monitor is what I'm understanding from probation here.
He has the ignition interlock through CC4's DWI's orders, but the ignition interlock or monitor was not part of the terms and conditions of probation for the felony cases out of the 210.
Just as long as it won't be a violation of your Honor's probation, I can take this up with CC4 then.
Let me look at one more thing before I let you go. Yeah, no, it does say run concurrent. I was just going back to the plea papers. It says run concurrent with the misdemeanor probation, but it did not, adopt or incorporate any of the terms of the DWI probation. So nothing to modify here.
Okay. So
Okay.
I'll have to address that with County Court 4, Judge.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.